Hello and good morning. I'm Stephanie. This is Non-Traditional Diaries, and this is going to be more of a chill video. So there hasn't really been anything going on this week when it comes to schooling. I did take the Aleks exam, and the rest of it has just been kind of personal stuff. So first things first, I will talk about the Aleks exam. So for those of you who don't know, the Aleks exam is a maths placement exam for transfer students. So when you're transferring into a new institution where you have not taken classes before, they like you to take placement exams, which I talked about in a previous video. I kind of just lightly hit on them because they are so specific to each school. Like, I know my sister, when she did a lateral transfer, they wanted her to take a English placement exam. For me, they want me to take a maths placement exam, which was the Aleks exam. So the Aleks exam is a series of 3 tests that you can choose to take the last 2 or not, depending on your score in the first test. However, your institution, especially if you've been on hiatus, will push you to take all 3 tests because there is education given within the windows between the tests. The Aleks exam is 3 exams that are timed but not proctored. You have a 48-hour time frame in between each of the exams where you can take the provided education. The system that the Aleks exam uses is it takes the questions you got wrong on the first exam and creates a study plan for the second exam so you can get a higher score. So your educational materials are directly developed from the answers you got wrong on the first exam. So you take that first exam, whatever score you get, it gives you education based off that, and then you take the second exam, you're supposed to get a higher score, and then the same thing, it'll take what answers you got wrong from the second exam and put them into your education for the third exam, and then after that 48-hour period for your third exam, you take the third exam, and it should be your highest score. So when I took my Aleks exam, my first exam, I got an 89. Which in my school's transfer exam section of their paperwork that I have, it said that a score of 80 to 100 places you in the highest level course that they will transfer you into, which is Calculus 1. So I am in Calculus 1. That is where I got placed. If I would have gotten placed lower, I might be more inclined to take the educations and to retake the exams and to just make sure I get placed into my highest level. But because I was already placed into the highest level, I don't really see a need to be placed again. Like, if I get the second one slightly wrong, are you going to place me in a lower level? No, you're going to take the highest exam, because it says it right on the paperwork that they will take the highest exam. So I'm in Calculus 1 regardless. I could flunk the next 2 tests and I would still be in Calculus 1. When you're taking a transfer exam, you need to know and do your research on the type of transfer exam it is. I have taken a transfer exam before and was not told that I would get 1 try. I feel like that should be expected, but I was like 19, so far be it from me. I didn't have, someone who had done any transfer stuff before. And like I said previously, the whole reason this was created was because there hasn't been anybody that I've seen with their experience. It's very hard. Not everybody is a non-traditional student. So little change of pace, little change of scenery from the last section of this video. I had an awful day yesterday, which is when that video was recorded. I had been waiting for the lawnmower guy to show up with my mower. He had made some weird comments that I really wasn't comfortable with, and I just wanted my mower back. And when I got it back, it ended up not being fixed. This mower has been the bane of my existence. I swear to God, this mower is sexist. Every time I touch it, it breaks. It breaks. It's not had a summer where it hasn't broken. So
I don't know what that is. I swear, I just think the mower's sexist. It's my personal view. An inanimate object can be sexist. If every time I touch it, it breaks, but every time a man touches it, it works perfectly fine, according to them. Anyways, I got my mower back, and that was very frustrating. So it kind of threw off my whole day. So I'm gonna quickly hit on the flexibility you need to go back to school. So I pride myself on being a very flexible person when it comes to like pivoting into different things that need to be done. In my job, I'm a very flexible person. I can handle many, many different things happening on scene. But in my personal life, when something goes very, very wrong, I tend to be more rigid. And I don't know what that is. I think it's something I need to work on. But my whole plan yesterday was to do my lawn work, get my yard mowed, do the edging, and stuff like that. But then the mower came back broken. And that kind of threw off my whole day, and it made me very frustrated. And I vented about it to my sister, and she found a lawn care company who could come emergently and mow my lawn. That was like 1.5 feet tall. I don't know if you could tell by the previous videos, that was massively tall. It was a massively tall lawn. So they came, they knocked the whole thing out in like 30 minutes, which would have taken me like hours and hours and hours. So I'm very thankful for them. I I am so happy that they were able to fix my frustration because that sucked. That sucked. Uh, but now I have my mower back, and I think it needs a new battery. And today has been much better. I have been able to get the entire house cleaned. They cleaned up the yard, so I was able to put the baby pool out for the girls and let them out. I have a rug outside that I have needed to wash for a little while, but the grass was too high for me to wash it properly. So it is now currently sitting out with a bleach mixture on it so that I can get it cleaned, because I'm not throwing out a decent rug just because it has a stain on it. That is stupid, in my personal opinion. It's just a rug. It can be washed. So I've been able to get a lot done today. I was able to get my laundry done. I was able to do a complete deep clean on the house. I think I mentioned it in some previous stuff that I've done, but I do the might as well method when I come home from work. So I'm walking through the house. Anything I see that needs to be cleaned up, I might as well clean it up. Anything I see in the wrong place, I might as well put it in the right place, and stuff like that. You just move through the house in one direction, getting stuff done. And then when you finish, you should be at your bathroom to take a shower. And then when you're out of the shower, if you go back downstairs for something, you do the reverse. So you get everything in the house done. It takes about 20 minutes in total, not including time it takes you to shower. But it's very, very simple. It's very, very easy. I personally love it. It keeps my house on a minor level clean. The biggest problem and why I needed to do the deep clean today was my huskies are shedding. They are in their midsummer shed, and it's just awful. I got two dog-sized piles out of both of those dogs of just hair. It was a massive shed. My oldest girl, Echo, she looked like a molting chicken. It was bad. So I'm really glad that they're de-shedded, and I got the whole house clean. There hasn't really been anything on the schooling side. Like I said previously, the only thing that I really had to do was the Aleks exam, and that was I already explained that. The other things I've had to do recently are just like the required health forms, putting in your immunizations, and getting your physical. And I called my primary care office and I got a physical scheduled, so that will be checked off my list pretty soon, hopefully. And the only other thing is the financial stuff, which I have to go over with the school's financial counselor on the 10th when I go to make my schedule. I am caught up with everything I need to do. I'm waiting on the physical, and that is the last health form that they need. And I have to just wait for July 10th to do my orientation, which sucks. So these next few videos, there should be about 8 of them. They're mostly just gonna be my weeks, like if something happens or whatever. I will remind you as we end out this video, this is a diary. This is my experience. I am not the authority on schooling. I am not the authority on anything. I am just filling what I see as a gap, my personal experience as a non-traditional student. And right now, my personal experience as a non-traditional student is just a person, because I'm not currently in schooling. I'm just doing the prep work. That's why the first few videos were prep work. So here we are, putting in some extra hours where I can, trying to earn some extra money. I am working on my finances to make sure I'm saving enough money and I have everything scheduled out. I have a few bills coming up that are slightly larger, but I did the math in my little books so I could figure out what they would cost and how much I can put in my savings account and everything. So I think this is where we're going to leave off for now. I may stop making videos for a little bit since there is no school information that is going to happen. If there is, I will come back and make a video. But there should not be any school information happening until July 10th. Until that time, I will most likely, I don't know, I might blog, I might not blog. I'm probably just going to not post full-form YouTube videos, but I will be posting TikToks of helpful information and stuff I'm doing that make it easier to just exist throughout the week. If you're interested in that, it's Non-Traditional Diaries on TikTok as well. And I appreciate you for being here, and I hope you come back. I'll see you July 10th for our orientation day.